So we have the ability to create to-dos, update them, complete them, delete them. Really, what is it that we have left? Well, I think the user should be able to see what to-do objects they have completed and see like when it is that they finished them out. That's the whole point of making that date completed, so that we can see, oh, okay, I did this time, that time, whatever it is. So in order to add this new view here to show all the completed things, let's go ahead and move into Atom. Let's go to our URLs. So this is going to be similar to our current. We'll just change this to completed, right? And I'm going to say that this is going to be completed to-dos. Go ahead and copy this name forward. Save this, move over to the views. And I'll go ahead and paste this down. Similarly, this is, again, going to be so similar to current, but we'll change this to completed. Okay. Really, all that's changing here is that instead of date completed is null is equal to true, we're going to say false. So this is the difference. Really, the only difference between these two is this is going to show all the to-dos that haven't been completed. This shows all the ones that have been completed. So that one change there. We're going to want to change the name of the view to completed to-dos, which also means we have to make a new file here called completedtodos.html. Let's go back and save our views. And I'm going to take our completed or our current to-dos, copy the code that we have there, and then move over to our completed. And we'll paste that in, say that this is completed. And if we just go ahead and save this, you'll notice that it's going to look very similar. Like if we say completed, all right, it technically shows the right information, but there's one cool piece of information that we have, and that's when we know when this to-do object was completed. So let's go ahead and show the user that. So let's go ahead and move back here. So after we've done everything, but still within the A tag, let's go ahead and show off the to-do dot date completed. And let's go ahead and do the fancy bit here where we say this is going to be a date, and we'll specify in the string here what we want it to show like. So I'm going to do capital M space lowercase j, capital Y, and then capital H colon lowercase I. So I had gone through, this is from my notes here, this displays the month, the date, the year, and also the hour and the minute in a cool way. So I'm going to save this, come back, reload this, and you can see, oh, okay, there's when these things were completed. Pretty cool that we can check out that information. Now, with this, let's go, for example, I'm going to show buy hot dogs. Go back to our to-do, buy hot dogs, and I'm going to make the date completed as, a couple of days ago. So I'm going to make this the first, save that bit of information, and reload here. And look at this. When we look at the completed things, it'd be nice to show the things that have been completed most recently. I think that's, the user doesn't want to see what they did 5 years ago at first. They could scroll down and find that if they wanted. But let's go ahead and make it so that, this order is reversed here. Now, the way to do this, Django makes this so easy, is here with our completed to-dos. After we've done the filter, then we want to go ahead and say how we want these things to be ordered. So we're going to do a dot ordered underscore by. Okay, and you just simply type the name of the property that you want to order by. So in this case, it's date completed. And if we want to go from the top, the soonest, we're going to do a negative here. And if you're ever wondering, do I do the negative? Do I not do the negative? Just try both and you'll quickly find which one you want. So let's go ahead and save this. Back, reload this page. Look at that. We've made the right switch. So now the most current things, the things that were completed most recently, are showing up at the top. So with this in place, we essentially have a completely functioning website. Now there's a couple of pieces here. One, you'll notice that my completed here, I don't have any of the base template there. So we're going to have to go back and fix that. So let's move into our completed. Looks like I just missed the line to import the bit that we needed. So I'm going to go back to current. Yes, look, I forgot this one line. So let's go back to completed. Paste this in, save that. All right. But even as I reload this, right now up here in our base, it'd be nice to have some of the links to go see the current to-dos, the completed, and even the created. So let's go ahead and move back to our base template. Okay. So we already sort of have this if here that says, okay, if they're logged in, we're going to show these things, else we're going to show this. So in addition to being able to log out and all that stuff, let's go ahead and provide some links here. So I'm going to do one a tag with an href. We'll leave it blank for now. Okay, wrap that up. So this will be to create a new to-do object. And I believe we just did the name for this as %, URL create. Okay, let's go ahead and check, make sure this works. I'll reload this page. And it looks like that's not the name. Oh, it must have been create to do. Save this. Yes, that's it. Okay, so if we click on create, look, we can get to the create page. Let's just add the other ones here. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste twice. So I want one for create, not create. I want the current to-dos. So I'll change that to current. And then I also want the completed to-dos. Okay, and I'll change this to completed. All right, we'll save this and now reload this page. And look at that, we get all these awesome links up at the top. So I can see what my current ones are, my completed, right? Like let's say, for example, these ones that I don't have any current to-dos. I want to go make one. So I got to say something like add bootstrap, okay? So I'll go ahead and, say create here. And now all of a sudden inside of my current, I have a new to-do object, but I can take this and I can say complete and boom, all of a sudden it is now added to my completed list. Now, one more thing that I want to mention is that we have one slight issue. So let's say somebody is logged out and then they go to /create. They can actually load this page and start saying that, I want to create like a to-do, and they can hit that create button. Luckily, it's going to stop them by saying, hey, you've passed in bad data or whatever, like we've set up that security. But something even better that we can do is if we go inside of our views.py, okay, and up at the top here, we can import some code that will help us to say that only logged in users can access certain pages, okay? So we're going to do a from lowercase django.contrib.auth.decorators. Make sure I spelled that correctly. Decorators, okay. And then I'm going to import login _required. Okay. So what this login required does is it says anytime that we put this in front of the name of a function, we can only access that page if we are logged in. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this login required and say, for example, someone should be able to get to home, sign up, or log in if they're not logged in, right? Important that someone can get to those. But for example, no one should be able to log out a user unless they are logged in. So let's go ahead and add this at logged in required. You just simply do this @ sign with the login required. Same thing for creating a to-do. Same thing for getting the current to-dos completed, viewing a to-do, checking out the completed ones, or to complete or to delete one. So we're going to save all of this, come back, reload this page, or let's just go ahead and hit enter here. And look at that. We get the 404 because no longer are we allowed to do the same thing. If I try and do like the completed, that doesn't work. Now, with this, something that could be really helpful here is you notice that it's trying to get us to log in. Like it's tried to forward us to /account/login, and it's like, hey, what the heck is this about? We can actually go to our settings and specify what the login page is so that we redirect the user. If the user tries to go to the create page, it will say, hey, you probably just forgot to log in. So let's go ahead and move into our settings, okay? And I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to specify the all caps login _URL, okay? Now this is looking for the actual path to login. So if we go to our urls.py, it's not looking for login user like the name that we typically use in Django. It's actually looking for this login that we have right here. So I'm going to copy this, come back to settings, paste this in, make sure that I have a / in front, so it's going to redirect to /login. Now that we have this, if we come back and let's say I go to the home page, That's totally fine. I'm not a logged in user, but let's say I try and go to /create. It will now forward us to the login page so that the user's like, okay, in order to create, you have to log in. Now they shouldn't even have access to that, but if the user was previously logged in, maybe their web browser is automatically going to load that. This is just a little bit of a better way to handle this. You now have a completely functional website. Everything about this is working. We have the ability to sign up, to log in, create, update, complete, delete, show the deleted, show the current ones. All of that is there. However, it is extremely ugly. So in the next lecture, I'm going to show you what I used with Bootstrap to really, spiff this up and make it look nice. Feel free to, follow what I do and use the same code as me. Or if you'd like to, you can kind of take this as a challenge and say, I'm going to try styling this page, myself and, go out and use Bootstrap or any other type of, CSS, HTML framework that you want to. But there's no denying that this thing is ugly and it needs some serious help. So let's go ahead and clean things up.